you fucking nigger. When you ignorant ass niggers. When you fucking niggers. But when Jimbo said nigga, I was like, come on, Jimbo. Speak to him. I was rooting for you, Jimbo. If I was a white guy, I wouldn't have got back in the court. I'd have been calling y'all motherfucking niggers all fucking time. The whole time. From the jump. I don't give a fuck about what no community think about me. Shit. Just like if a white person started talking shit to me, calling me all type of niggas, I probably won't react because some fact of the matter, I ain't no fucking nigger.
Meanwhile in Mississippi is
Now again, this is Mississippi's capital. There was a double murder that took place at a St. Patrick's Day parade in Jackson, Mississippi. The victims were both black, 27-year-old Joshua Spann, a volunteer firefighter, and 23-year-old Jubilee Simpkins. The online trolls and propagandists didn't have any actual facts about this case, but that didn't stop them from insisting that this had to be yet another instance of black-on-black crime because, well, it had to be. Nonetheless, police quickly made an arrest in this case, and it turned out the killer wasn't black at all. It was 27-year-old Jordan Cummins. This crime happened when Cummins and his girlfriend, Jenny Lukens, got into a fight after Jordan began flirting with one of Jenny's gal pals right in front of her. The fight continued and became more violent. They were doing this at a St. Patrick's Day parade, might I add. Joshua Spann and Jubilee and others tried to break up this act of domestic violence, and that was when Cummins shot them both. I'll bet you never heard about this incident, have you? Because it's exactly the opposite of the kind the white media loves to report on when the suspected shooters are black. Jenny Lukens, the woman Cummins was beating on the day of the murders, was also arrested in connection with this double murder, so it turns out she wasn't much of a victim at all. Cummins has since been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, but because of genetic immunity from law, the judge actually gave the double murderer Cummins bail. And it was a measly $250,000 for each count of murder, which he easily was able to pay. Now, since when does any judge, especially in the red state South, offer bond for someone who's been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, much less offer them a tiny, pitiful bail, such as $250,000? And the judge didn't even require this creep to be electronically monitored either. This is what the judge did for a double murder suspect who killed 2 people, including a firefighter, at a St. Patrick's Day event. Treated him as if he was charged with some low-level offense like minor assault or something. Was it because the judge didn't think that this was a serious crime? Or perhaps the judge, like most of these racists on the bench, approved of this killing and wanted to show their full support for it? We already know the answer to that one. And in case there was any doubt about this reprobate's mendacity, a video surfaced days after the murders showing Cummins bragging about the killings from jail. He was bragging about having murdered 2 black people in cold blood. Nobody called this a hate crime, of course. They never do. Now again, this is Mississippi's capital, a red state that's constantly talking about soft-on-crime prosecutors and soft-on-crime judges, but you didn't hear any of the white right say a peep about this. Same way they had nothing to say about Brock Turner or Drew Clinton. Whenever the criminal isn't black, we never hear outrage from the white right at all. None of them talking about laws need to be made tougher or complaining about woke judges and woke prosecutors. Well, the family of Jubilee Simpkins kept an eye on this murderer Cummins. They hired a private investigator to surveil him, and predictably they found that he immediately violated his bond by having contact with his accomplice, Jenny Lukens, spending several days together in the same home. The Simpkins family presented this evidence to the authorities, and astonishingly, this time Cummins' bond was actually revoked. But he never should have gotten bond in the first place. As of this briefing, Cummins' trial is still going on with the defense putting on their case. But these are just a few of the St. Patrick's Day shootings that have occurred that the white media and these online racist trolls don't dare talk about. Now, I'm sure many will point out that the racial cover-up of these non-black shooters aside, it's still not okay